Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I've got this week's Pick a Card Weekly Tarot reading. Pick a number now between 1 and 5. I'll do a psychic tarot interpretation for you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go to the board. Here it is. We're doing card number 1. Card number 1. What do I see? Going along in a car, it's raining, but it's not a sort of bad rain. It's like a light to medium, moderate sort of amount, maybe 10 millilitres or millimetres. I don't know how they, millilitres or millimetres, I don't know how they measure it. Anyway, and so this suggests that, yeah, things are not ideal. You are making progress, and think of the rain as an investment. You might be feeling sorry or despondent a bit now at the moment because it's not ideal. However, this is the type of energy that will pay dividends later. Okay, it's like rain. We need it, and people complain about the rain, but obviously the world would be a terrible place without rain. So there is a payoff coming for you despite what's recently happened. Okay, so the card that comes up, I'm going for that one. It's the Empress card. Okay, this is saying that you are fertile. And I'm not just referring to the obvious physical definitions of being fertile. I also mean spiritually fertile, emotionally fertile. And it's this fertility in different realms that actually will lead to abundance down the track. So I guess that's why I saw rain. Not ideal, but good can come out of it. So whatever situation you're in, if you're not happy at the moment, there may be some positive thinking, some positive endings that come out of it, like a silver lining to a cloud that may have been hanging over you in some way. That's card number 1. This is a major arcana. It's not just about this week. It's probably relevant for some months, maybe even years. It could even bring about an opportunity to change your life. So some life-changing situation may appear. The trick, of course, is to make sure that you recognise it as such and just don't ignore it. Okay, as we do sometimes, we have opportunities, operations, I was going to say, or opportunities and operations, if you like, whatever that means, and they pay dividends later. So you go through short-term pain for long-term gain. The next card, number 2. Number 2, what am I looking at? Oh, the feeling is old world luxury. There's like pearls and satin and jewels. It's almost like a composed picture that I'm looking at. And then straight away, out of nowhere, the planet Saturn comes flying in. This is sort of feeling like restriction in money, and that you may have been previously living on the high side of the hog in some ways, or in a better situation is another way of putting it. However, with Saturn, it feels like limitation and restriction. Okay, it's about organising your life. Okay, organise your life. Don't just let things slide. It's very easy not to look at your bank account, or not to pay attention to the paperwork, or the bills you've got to pay, or whatever. All of those practical things need to be looked after. Okay, they need your attention. The card for number 2 is the 10 of Cups. Okay, this is lovely for nurturing other people, close friends, family, and hopefully yourself, because sometimes we tend to put ourselves last. But if you want to keep on keeping on, you have to look after yourself sometimes too. It's a great card for children, dealing with children. You could have more to do with children, falling pregnant, as is the Empress is also a great card for falling pregnant. This is more the next stage after the Empress, okay? This is like pre-pregnancy, this is post-pregnancy, so to speak. And of course, it needs some organisation. So you might be, looking after your children a lot and letting the practical things slide because you're with the children. Okay, so we need to do both, look after other people, our children, our friends, our family. However, we still need to, take care of the practical things. So the old Confucius saying, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Take care of the practical things. Okay, number 3. What do I see? Just waiting for a picture here. I see a kettle boiling the water for a cup of tea. Okay, so this is a form of nurturing. Again, it's around the home. I'm in a home. It's a bit old-fashioned, this house. Maybe it's a bit like Grandma used to make, baking, which is number 2 really, is about baking also, obviously, because she's got a plate of yummies there, yummy-looking things. So this is even older though. This has got the sense of things need to be updated. So if you've picked card number 3, as I always do, it's a sense that something that you're doing is working from a really old-fashioned sort of perspective, and it needs an update. You need to update something. Okay, let's get some clarity around that. The card that comes up is a Page of Cups. It's like listen to your subconscious for messages. Okay, your subconscious is going to tell you which area of your life needs to be updated. You see the fish coming out of the cup here, a cup of fish energy. Fish is the sign that Christians used to use to each other because, they weren't the flavour of the month when, around Christ's time, 2,000 years ago, and so it may have been dangerous, so they used code. And what they were really saying was Christ consciousness, which was about enlightenment, supposedly, back in those days. It's taken a whole different new thing now, but in those days I'm talking about. So your subconscious will give you messages, and it's up to you to listen, to use your intuition. She's got purple here on a navy skirt, and she's got a blue top, which is about the throat chakra, communications, this indigo colour, the third eye. So you can improve your intuition, use your intuition to pick up the messages of what Spirit is trying to tell you. Okay. Number 4, what do I see? Walking downstairs into like a basement area. This is like going down into the lower part of your body, the basement. Okay, it could be lower back, it could be the genitals, it could be, if you're a woman, the womb, that kind of area, going down to that type of area in the body. It's a bit of a mess. It's not terrible or anything, but things need organising. See, there's a bit of a theme happening here about looking after yourself and also organising, cleaning up, getting up to date. There's a sort of theme going on today. And so I'm in this basement and things are a bit in disarray. It's a bit untidy, it's a bit messy. So you might look at somehow cleaning up those areas of your body. If you get the chance, swimming is great, especially on a kickboard. If you use a kickboard and kick really hard up and down and do a fair few laps doing that. And you don't have to do them all in one go, just do a few laps at a time, do some other strokes in between, then come back and use kickboard. That's what I do. Then it gives your whole lower abdomen and lower back a workout from kicking. That will help dislodge any energies that shouldn't be there. Okay. But there's other things you can do. Walking's very good. I don't really recommend running, especially these days, running on concrete and stuff like that. It's a bit jarring. It's probably okay if you're young. If you're older, I don't know that it's a good idea. And, a lot of people who run, they don't live that long, to be quite honest. The famous people that are, really into it, they often have heart attacks. So, I don't know, I just find it painful trying to run. So walking's better, swimming's great, resistance training, weights, things like that. I don't do that, but some people do. Okay, so number 4. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. What do I see? Oh yeah, okay, so we're having to clean out. So we've got to pick the card. Right, the card I pick is the 3 of Pentacles. This is about doing some sort of work for money, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's paid work. Sorry, I'll rephrase that. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's regular paid work. It could just be a one-off job, for example. But the card is about success. From working, being successful, money will flow, okay? And if you think about it, that does work in with the lower chakras, okay? And even the Earth Star chakra down the bottom, under your feet, in fact, is often closely related to the amount of money we earn. Also, the root chakra right down the bottom of the tailbone, and then the sacral chakra is the next chakra. So that, walking, swimming, these are, ways that you can bring extra energy to these chakras. They're also associated with housing. If you have like a history of problems with housing, it's because those chakras are blocked or not functioning correctly or not in balance. So if you can do some sort of paid work, it's up to you how regular you want to do it. Number 5. Number 5 is alive. What do I see? Climbing up. Now we're climbing up a ladder. Yes, it requires effort and energy, but there's light here as well. It's like climbing out of the darkness into the light. So this is referring to your spiritual evolution and to how far you've come, and you have indeed come a fair way. Just get up to this next landing and then you can have a rest for a while, not too long. The card that comes out is the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, again about money. This card just says that it's a bit of a focus point this week, and not that it's negative or positive, but I always think it tends more to the positive, even though the traditional meaning of this card doesn't indicate that. But I feel that way because this card is green, it's growth. I see growth as positive as long as it's not too much growth. And that aqua colour there, I also see that as being positive. So you might be thinking about your money supply this week, and you might come up with some brilliant ideas about how to improve your financial position. Okay, that's number 5. So the focus this week seems to be on abundance in a roundabout way. Maybe, this sort of aspects of fertility here, and these aspects of finances here. So I think it's a week for abundance, to focus on that and see how you can bring more abundance into your life, whether that be through money or through some other way. Maybe it's abundance of nurturing, helping other people, and other people helping you. Okay, so that's it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. Just want to wish you a very happy week until I see you next week. Don't forget to leave a comment and a like. That would be fabulous. I'll see you all again soon. Thanks and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.